Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and today we're going to have some fun. This is part 3 of my unboxing series from the third shipment that I've gotten from Temu. Now, we're going to set this stuff aside because we need something else, you know what I mean, to work with it. So let's set this stuff to the side. I thought I had gotten a little cable to show you how it goes in here. Hold on just one second. Okay, so here's a USB cable. And let's see, this is a cable organizer, so that and it has a 3M sticker on the back, so that's going to be a good strong stick. Don't put it down until you've got it right where you want it, I would recommend. So let's see. Yes, that's in there, very sturdy. It's not easy to get out. I mean, you can get it out if you really want to, like that. And you just put it on the side of your desk and run your cables through it to keep them organized. So I'm going to say that this one passes and gets a good review. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at, some of these things we can't completely use because I don't want to stick a sticker on a piece of paper just to see, you know what I mean, and waste one of my beautiful dragonfly stickers. And I don't want to use one of these either, but we're going to take a look at them closer. We looked at them real quick when I did the unboxing, but we're going to look at them closer. What this is, the black part looks kind of like leather. This part is elastic. Let's see if I can do it the right way. And it's to put an ink pen in. So, or a pencil when you give someone a book. So you would remove the sticky and place it on the page, and then you would put your pen or pencil in here. I'm just going to grab this little brush, this little paintbrush. And so it stretches to accommodate the size of the pen. And then when you put it in your book, then the pen sticks out of the edge, depending on how far you put it in. You don't want to put it in to where this lays on the page, I wouldn't think, because it would make the book thicker, the bulk of it. But then this would stick out about as far as a tab would. So that would still be fine. And then you could put your pen in here. This one isn't quite as big as an ink pen, but it still stays in. You see what I mean? It still stays in. So this works really well. And I give that one a pass as well. This isn't necessarily going to be a huge long video, but we're going to go over the things that we can go over. Let me see. What did we just... Now I'm losing my mind. Oh, here, this. Okay, and these are paper clips. So, I mean, they're obviously paper clips. So I don't think there's anything we need to do except for maybe look at the colors that are included. See if I can get the camera to focus. And so you've got orange, white, blue, red, and green. So that's a nice color selection for you to use in your journals to hold your little clip-on items like a piece of ephemera or an envelope or something like that onto the side of your book page. This right here is a security image stamp, and I thought I was going to be able to use it. It comes pre-inked. That's why there's ink on this side, because I was playing with it and I got ink on myself. So you just pull this lid off, and then this part right here is pre-inked, and then you just roll it over your signature or whatever, and it covers it up so people can't see it through the paper, and they can't see it when they look at the paper. So you could cover your address with this. You could cover a signature. You could cover a bank account number. What I want to do is use it on mixed media projects, because I got the one that has the numbers in it, numbers and letters. And so I think it would look cool, you know, mixed around on a mixed media project. And I got out my stapler. So let's staple this. Then to use one of these, you just take the prongs and put them on either side of the staple, close it, and then pull. So we're just going to do that. And then you just simply pull it. Uh-oh, that was my fault. I yanked it too hard. Anyway, it'll leave two holes, two little holes, and then you have your staple. It works better if you've got multiple pieces of paper like you normally would. Normally you wouldn't staple one piece of paper to itself. So that's why it did that. But I love these. I've had several. I happen to have lost two of mine. Now, those of you that know me know that it's very rare that I lose anything. I think we looked at these corner punch, but let's look at it again. It's got 3 different sizes of corners. Get that up in there. And one of them is very small. And we've got another small one. This one I think should be a little bit... Oh no, that's the smallest one. This one should be bigger. Yes, see, that one's bigger. And then this one should be the medium-sized one. I have to get them up in there. I use the crocodile one because of my hands. So, and then this one does a medium-sized. So I would say that this passes. And you can get these in several places, but this was the least expensive place I've ever seen one. Don't forget that the links to each of these items and more, because there's a couple that we don't even have on here because they were personal items. One was that sand image, lighted sand image, and the other was a little strip of, of the, not USB lights, but you know what I'm talking about, LED lights for my living room. So those are both in the living room. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the links to everything from the first, second, and this video will all be the same under the video, so you can click on any of the links and go to any of the items on the Temu website, and it'll take you right directly to the item. Or it'll take you to my recommended items page, and then everything will be there from this shipment, and then it'll start listing after that their regular items. Okay, so that's how that works. If you are a first-time buyer from Temu, then use the code for the 30% off that's right there above the text, and then you can get an additional 30% off. But it only works if you're a first-time buyer. Okay, so I found that out. Because I tested it. Someone said it didn't work, so I tested it, and it said only first-time buyers. So that's how I know that. Now, these little guys we looked at in the unboxing video, and I happen to have it on my blending pencil, so we're not going to be able to see me write with it. But you put your fingers in here, you slide it on the pencil or pen, probably a pencil, a very thin pen, maybe one of those big stick pens. And then you put your fingers in here. And if you're someone like me that has difficulty holding one of these thin little pencils, then it will help you hold on to it and be able to do the direction. These are originally for children. So the finger holes aren't super big, but they're perfect for me. I guess that says something, doesn't it? I'm only 4'11", so my hands are kind of small too. but they work perfect for me. Now, if you are a bigger person, you know, taller person, these may not work for you because, like I said, they might be too small for you to put your fingers in, but they work perfect. They're awesome. And it comes 4 to a pack. Okay? So that passes. Let's see. Let me move these somewhere so that I know we've already gone over them. This one we're not going to be able to go over because I'm not going to get my wax seal heater out and do all that, but I did practice on it, and it works fine. You just heat up your wax in your burner, heater, or oven, depending on where you buy it from. They're called all those different things. And you will then pour the wax on here and then stamp it with your seal, and then wait for it to cool off enough for you to remove the stamp. Let it cool just a little bit longer, and then you're able to pop it right off because this is made out of silicone. And it works just great. Okay, let's see. We did this and this and this too. All right, so now we've got these dragonfly stickers. Now, I am not going to stick one of these on a piece of paper, but I am going to get them out again. I know that we looked at a few of them in the first video, second video, I'm not sure which. But let's use this piece of white paper. And you really don't want to get that ink from that, from this on anything else. It rolled off the edge a little bit, and I got black ink on my display board, so I'm not very happy about that. That was my own fault. And it will go through paper. It went through a little bit here and here, but it's supposed to block you from being able to see from either side, and it does. So here's these dragonflies. Each one appears to be unique. Unique. Here's one sideways. Here's a smaller one. Oh, look, this one is kind of a hippy-dippy one. Let me see. Here we go. Very cool. This green one is beautiful. They all, not most, but they are all beautiful. So, in my book, these are a pass. There's 50 of them in here for a very small amount of money compared to where you would get this many stickers somewhere else. Now, these do have the white border when you take them off the backing sticker thing. But before you take them off, you can trim the white down smaller if you want. It won't hurt anything. Let's see if I can get these back in here. I may put them in a Ziploc bag. Come here, little guy. There's some geese or something outside my window making noise. Pretty funny. Let me get those back in there. Okay. Now these are corner tabs, or side tabs, I mean. These look like a clip. Let me get one of the colored ones. They look like a clip, but they're not. You can't push on them and have the other side open. They're meant to be put on. They're very sturdy. Not sure about thin paper. Oh, there we go. I got it caught on that corner. So that you can put tabs on your pages in different colors. And then you can use them in a notebook for different tabs. And these are great. They're very snug. You wouldn't be able to use more than one piece of paper in them, though. So if you're thinking about that, then you don't want to do that. Let's use this piece of paper and let's try out this pen. Now, this pen is really cool. It's got a pen on one end that writes in black. Okay, and I would say it's not a fine point. I would say medium. It's not a heavy like a 2. It's just a medium like a 7. Then you close this back up, right? So let's say I wanted to cut that out. Then on this end, you just push this up. Oh, come on. Now the other one worked just fine. Oh, it's not lined up with the slot. Let me get the other one out. I'll have to adjust that one. Then you just push up on this and the blade comes out for you to cut. Now, this is sharp. I'm not going to do it because I don't have my cutting mat out. But just trust me on it because I did test it. The thing is, I'm not sure how you would replace this if you could. Doesn't look like you can. You can replace the ink pen part by unscrewing it here. Okay. But I don't think you can put a new blade in. I'd have to look at it a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure you can't. Well, you can take this off. I know you can because I did once because I thought you had to take it off for the blade to come out. So maybe that's how you do it. Maybe you take this off and safely grab the back of the blade. I don't know. I'm going to say you can't replace the blade, but how many pieces of paper, just, regular pieces of paper that you cut, would you be able to do before this went dull? I mean, 1,000, maybe more. So I give this a high grade 2. Kind of wish this had been a pencil for drawing the mark, where you want to cut. But it is convenient to have this like a pen so that it makes it much easier to go around and cut out what you want. It's a little bit fatter so you can get your hand on it a little bit better. So I do like that. Then we have our 10 color pen with our panda bear on the top. And with this, I've discovered that you have to, when you push it down like this, then you have to push it in till it snaps, and then the pen part stays out. Let's try another color besides yellow. When you push one down, the other one pops up. See, I can't even sign my name the same way twice. So that works good. That's orange. This is a little hard for me, my little hands, or my hands to do. There we go. Yes, it works fine. The colors work. There's ink in them. I've got a pen like this before, not from Temu, but from somewhere else. And one of the colors, there was no ink. So, that kind of defeated the purpose. It was one of the ones with 4 colors. All right. I know there was a way that I There we go. You push one down far enough that it makes this one pop up, and then you let go of it and let that go back up. Then you don't have any color sticking out at all. Okay? Okay. Now we have the kitchen timer, which I'm sure everybody knows how to use. And the kitchen timer I got to time for my videos how long I was recording. I did put a AAA battery in. It was very easy to put in. It's got different modes. You know what I mean? It's got like a stopwatch and a timer and an alarm, which the alarm is the same as the timer. You know, you set it how many hours ahead you want. And then you got to start and stop. And then, of course, a clear. So that clears everything out. So then when you go to put the battery in, this has a clip. Okay? And at first I thought, okay, well, that's all it does. But if you open this up, there's a little metal piece in here that you can flip down. And you flip it right on that, and it makes a stand for it. So you can stand it up. Or you can clip it on, or you can use it flat, and it has a magnet on it, so you could stick it on your fridge. It's also got a little hang thing, so you could hang it on your wall. So I find it to be incredibly helpful to be able to do all these different things. Plus, it's all clean and shiny and new. It's got a plastic protector over the screens that you can take off or leave on. This one came partially undone, so I'm going to have to take it off. Otherwise, I would have just left it on to protect the screen, especially if you're going to use it in the kitchen. Then we've got these cards. They're just white cards, rounded corners, and I thought these would make great altered cards. They're smaller than a playing card. Let me see if I've got something I can compare it to. Here's the Inkpad, like what we all use. So it's that big. Now, we can also take, if you're going to include a card, stamp it and whatever, when you give a book or sell a book to someone, which is a nice idea, then you could take these handmade with love stickers, and they're nice. They're, what do you call it? Like brown cardstock. I'm trying to think of the name of the type of paper, but I can't get it to come to mind. Anyway, it's brown and it's smooth. It isn't like a shiny sticker. And it says handmade with love, and there's a little heart. And I think I would put my initials right there in small letters so that they know. And you could stick the sticker right on here and then still have plenty of room to put your business information on, or you could even put it in the center on the back. You could put it inside your book as well, depending on your color scheme, and you know what I mean, if you have room to put it in there and make it look nice or not. So these cards are sturdy. They're probably 100-pound cardstock, and they're shiny on one side and smooth on the other, or not shiny on the other. So you could do whatever you want. Like if you're going to make a mixed media card out of this, then you could decide whether you're going to use the shiny side or the plain side. Okay? Here we have more stickers. There's stickers in a sticker book. Now, on this, they do not have a white border. This one looks like it does, but I went to take it out, and the border stays on the paper. Whoops. Can you see it's still there? So that means there's no border on the sticker. I accidentally unstuck that from the book. So there's a whole bunch of these. They're all different nature styles. And so I love this. And there's some with some other topics and whatever. And so I think I'll probably get some more of these. Only the different books that they come in. I'm running out of room. Washi tape. We all know washi tape. So I'm not going to stick this down on anything. Let me see if I can find a side that opens. Let's see if we can get a look at it without the glare from the plastic. It's as metallic washi. Oh, very nice. So it's very pretty. See the shine from the gold foil on it. You've got 3 different sizes, and they're all in the blue, gray, white color scheme. There's some green, and they're just gorgeous. I love them. Love, 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 love them. They come in several different types, styles. So that just happens to be the one that I picked. This is the ephemera that we looked at in the unboxing video. It's just little pieces of ephemera, so it's just little cards and things. I like them. They're good quality. These are highlight pens. Now, during the shipping, the package got broken. But let's look at a couple of the colors. These are pastel color highlighters. And it's got a chisel tip, but it's angled. I don't know if you can see that. To help you make your highlighter line. So let's highlight what I've written here. Can still read through it. That highlights it nicely. Let's use the lighter color, which is going to be easier to see, I'm going to guess. And it does kind of click, so you want to make sure you click it down so it doesn't get dried out. Oh, that's a nice color. These would be good for a journal. I mean, not a journal, but a bullet list. A bullet journal. That colors coordinate. That's really nice. I really like these. Now, if you remember in the unboxing video, I was like, now I'm not sure that I remember what these are. I thought it was a pen holder, but then there's holes in the bottom, so I'm not really sure. Well, if you look at this, there's these little plastic corners on the inside in here. That's because this is a pen holder, but it's meant for the square pens. So your alcohol ink pens stand in there, and that's mainly what they're made for. But these highlighter pens would stand up in there as well. So now that I know what it is, it works great. It's just the right size. And it kind of, it doesn't grab on it, but it's just snug enough that they're not going to tip over and fall out. I wouldn't put a bunch on the back side. It wouldn't tip it over. So, you're going to have to spread them out. If you don't have enough to fill, you're going to have to kind of spread them out until you get it filled up more. But they're perfect. It's perfect size for that. I'm running out of space. Okay. Now, these can't really be demoed. It's just a drawer that goes under your desk. And I already have one of these that I got from Temu, and I really love it. It's just big enough to put your stick-it notes and things in, or little to-do notes, which is what I use it for, little reminders, and then I open the drawer and look and see what I've got. Maybe if you're shopping or something and you want to write down a model number or name or something, and just jot it down and set it somewhere. You don't want to sticky note it to your computer screen. Please don't do that. It looks terrible. Says the control freak, right? So you can just put them in this little drawer. And we looked at these in the unboxing video. This is sticks on the edge. And then you can use it to put your paintbrush, your pens, a cup, your remote, depending on how big it is in here. And, yeah, and then it just hooks onto the, it's got a, it's too tall, but you can see it's, the lip here is what sticks on the underside, or the top edge. And then this hangs down. These will hang down. Okay? And then we also looked at the brush washer in the unboxing video, so I'm not going to take that all apart again. It's big. It's bigger than I thought it would be. So you can do a lot of brushes at once in there if you're doing a project. These over here. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you is something I was really, really pleased with. And that's the little iPad cover case. Now, I don't have an iPad, but I have a 10-inch Chromebook, which actually opens up like a little notebook. It's not just a flat tablet-sized thing. And I was hoping it would fit in here, and it is currently in here right now. So it did fit. It was a little snug, little snuggly bugly, but I got it to go in without any problem. So if you remember, I showed you the inside. But here's my 10-inch Chromebook, and the 10-inch is the screen. So this is actually a little bit bigger. This one just happens to be made by Lenovo, which is an off-brand. I got it very inexpensively. And then the Velcro strap holds it in. Then you could put your cord in here. Now, this one has a long cord with a little box on it. So I would not be able to put my cord in here with this one. But I would just make sure it's charged when I go, and charged. This will last several days, you know, in a case like this if you're not using it. And it works hours and hours. And that's not a sales thing for this brand or anything, but I'm just saying you wouldn't have to worry about taking the cord if it didn't fit. With the iPad, it probably does fit. That's what this case is made for. So I'm very excited about this, and I really like it a lot. I had to walk across the room and set that down. I want to set anything down on top of my little computer. Then we've got these two journals. One's a journal, one's a daily planner. This one would be great to use those highlight pens in. So if you had them in that little holder sitting up there, and they're the same color scheme, the pastel colors. This has that pastel tan in there. And we went over what's on the page then. And we went over this journal that I really, really like. I love the feel of it. I have another one, like I said, like it, that I was gifted. And but it's quite a bit bigger. It's huge for a journal. Okay, so that's those. Not going to go over them again. We already went over them once. And we also went, there it is. I was looking all over for that. Then we also went over these poly bags. And I put a piece of paper in there and showed you how huge these are. My friend got one size smaller. If you're just going to use it for kit papers and such, unless you're going to put another little zipper thing in there with your ephemera inside. This might be a little big for that, but that was my own fault for buying this size. It's not the only size that these come in, but they work great for, in my opinion, they would work great for storing your socks and stuff in a drawer too. You just fold your socks up or roll them up and stuff them in there, and then just put the whole thing in your drawer. Especially if you were traveling or something, I think it would work really cool for that. So not just for the crafting, which is what I got it for, but, you know, I might as well tell you alternative uses. Then the last few things that we have is this little set of stamp pads, and everybody knows how to use a stamp pad. So let's just look real quick and see how quote-unquote juicy the pad is. My little pen's coming in handy. Works good because then you can put it in your pencil holder deal. Oh, for goodness sakes. Now, I realized that these are not really big enough unless you have a small stamp to use it as a stamp pad, because the small stamps you would be able to get maybe 2 colors, maybe 3, if you use it as a regular stamp pad. But I'm thinking inking the edge and color coordinating ink in a journal for different parts or whatever would work really well. So yeah, this finger dauber. I'm going to get our trial paper back out. Oh yeah, that works really well. All right, let's check the next color. I should have gone from lighter to dark. Yeah, because it's going to be, you aren't going to be able to tell because I started with the darkest one, because apparently I'm not too bright today. Anyway, they're plenty wet enough to use, and you can daub it, so you can stick it, and look how far it goes. I'm still going on the same. Whee! Anyway, so there's lots of ink in them. So I'm going to say there's a pass on those. But just remember, they're not big for like your clear acrylic stamps unless they're fairly small ones. Well, that just made sense, that whole sentence, didn't it? It sounded kind of silly now that I think about it. So these are great, and we all know how the pencil extenders work. Let's see how. Yeah, this is sturdy, and it's got the little flat sides on it, just like a pencil would, so that makes it easy to hold on to. Okay. And we got 2 more things. Okay, so now we have these fine line markers or pens. So let's get a darker color. Let's see how it looks. Now, I would say this is definitely a fine point pen. Definitely fine point. Yeah, it works good. These would be great for your bullet journal as well. Got all these different colors. Now let's, so I like these. So let's put some in here, and I'll show you how this works. So you flip this up, and you put your pens in here. You got 3 sections. In fact, I think you could almost put all 24 in here. Almost. No, about half. So if you were going to go somewhere, you could toss the ones you want to use in here, or the ones you're using for your journal that are all, you know, that color coordinated color that you're going to use. There's also space under here, but you can only use it this way. I just now noticed that. You put the flap back up over the tops of the pens so they don't fall out. And then you just roll it up. For those of you that are probably thinking, she's so silly showing how to use that, but some people may have never used one of these. Okay, so you roll it up, and then just like a journal, you wrap the leather around, put the coin underneath, and that holds it shut, and you can carry your pens. Like I said, I already have 5 of these. This one's bigger, though. Okay, so that's that. Now, that's everything that I got. Except for the 2 bigger personal items for my living room. And so I think that's going to be it for this video. It's getting a little long. So we're going to go ahead and say goodbye here. Well, we're not. I am. And I will see you in the next video, a review video, unboxing video, or tutorial video for junk journaling and journals and folios and such. And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye. Have fun shopping. Bye.